Now it's time to add some content to our page so that we can mark it up properly. Now I'm going to put in a recipe for some Springerlee cookies. It was recently Christmas and was making some. Have the traditional family recipe. I could type that in, but it is a fairly standard recipe. So what I want to do is show how you should properly steal a recipe from somewhere else so that it's formatted properly. I'm going to go to a tab here and search for Springerlee cookie recipe. And I see I visited this allrecipes.com site. If I click on that, here we see a fairly standard recipe contributed by Judy. Now, this site is copyrighted. That means allrecipes.com has claimed to copyright on all information, the graphics, the layout, the structure, and all text on the site. Judy might not think that they own this recipe, but for our purposes, we are not creating a public website. We're just learning. So I am going to borrow some of this text to use so I can learn how to create a page of my own. I'm going to copy this text. Now, if I just paste this into like a Word document, you see it comes in with all of this formatting that it got from the web page. This is not what we want. If we put this into an HTML document, there will be all kinds of things in there that we don't want. So what you want to do is bring this into a plain text editor like Notepad or TextEdit on the Mac. Here I'm using Notepad Pro, which has a few extra features. But if I paste into this, you see that I basically just get some text up here. Looks like I pasted in the wrong place. Make sure I click in the body here. Okay, so paste. Text is going off the side. I must have word wrap turned off. Okay, so here we see just the plain text. There's some white space, but as you recall, HTML does not care about white space or line breaks that you put in unless you use a line break element to do that. Let me go back to the web page and get the actual meat of the recipe. Okay, so here I'm skipping over some of this the stuff that is not the actual text, that are things that recipe.com has put in there. I'm just going to select the ingredients and the directions, and I should have everything I need to describe how to make Springerlee cookies. I'm going to copy this. I am going to go back to my text document and paste. And here we have the text. Now this looks fairly legible. You see some indentations here and a column with the ingredients. The word directions offset here, the word ingredients by itself. Looks very nice. Now if I save this and then open this file up, go back to class recipes, hit refresh to load that text up, you see that the browser is ignoring all that white space, the line breaks, the indentations, and is just putting down the text. It does not recognize any of the structure that came from the way it was formatted before. It's just text. It doesn't know what these different pieces of text are, the relative importance of them. It doesn't style it any particular way, and there's no structure here. So this is the basic information. What we need to do now is start to create the structure. Oh, there's one other thing. I want to indicate where I got this recipe from. So I'm going to go back to the website, select the URL for the page, copy that, and then go back to my text editor, and I'm not sure where I'm going to use it, but down towards the bottom I'm going to paste that. And here I have the URL for the source for the recipe, just as plain text. Want that for two reasons. One, to be just intellectually honest about where this information came from, and two, I want to be able to create a link back to the source, and that's something we can do in HTML.